Hello Libra! Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot Royale by Chiro Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore. Website at the bottom is llewellyn.com. There's a few social media links if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards, spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lizbeth. On the back here are some websites too. She Who Is Art is the one that kind of shows up to me a lot. At the bottom here, it's at the end. Feel free to freeze frame and check out whatever you're interested in if you are. Some weird pauses in there. What do we have for Libra? Things are... I don't remember who the other one was. There was another one I did the read for, and everything was segregated out. This feels very much like it's all segregated out. I don't remember who it was. Everything, like, when I say segregated out, it reminds me of, like, certain people, which there's nothing wrong with it, but, like, when they eat, they have their plate set up, like, the mashed potatoes are here and nothing touches them. The peas are over here and nothing touches them. The meat is over here and nothing touches it, which is fine, but, I don't know, it's just kind of like, when everything is so segregated out, it just seems like it limits space a little bit, and then it's kind of like, I don't know, I just notice it sometimes, like, the need for boundaries. Everything here seems like there's so many boundaries. There seems like there's a lot of boundaries here. And people maybe aren't coming together like they should because there's too many boundaries. In the past, maybe this has worked, or it almost makes me think that in the past something happened to cause this. It's kind of like maybe people intermingled a little bit better before, but something happened. How do we make this go better? We just segregate people out. This does remind me of a very oppressive work environment. It doesn't have to be a work environment, but I feel there's a lot of oppression here with this situation. How we control people is we just make it too difficult for them to be able to socialize. Something like that is what I keep feeling with this situation. I keep getting something with oppression. Because I get, like, it's worked for a while, and it's almost like the oppression, it kept people from connecting, so it made everything easier to, I think everything worked together easier. Everything was just more just about the job. It just doesn't have to be a work situation, but it was just about what needs to get done. It was all about the technical aspect. But I don't feel like people were flourishing emotionally. The light and the load is there, kind of like, it made it simpler if we just kept everything segregated out. It doesn't feel like it's a good thing, though. The more I'm feeling it, and I'm getting kind of like, the current energy is showing that it's not working. It's also, not only has it made things easier to deal with, but there's less interest in the situation. It's kind of like it's been segregated out so much that there's really not that much of an emotional bond with it either. And that's kind of like pulled back a lot of the interest in the whole situation. It's kind of like if this was a job situation, maybe back a little while ago, it was more free and people were happier, but it was just also a mess. Now it's not a mess at all, but people don't seem to care about the job anymore. People just show up to show up, and then they don't really care about why they're here. There's not a very strong emotional connection. When I get the Five of Cups, I just keep getting like, what's the point? Like, there's better other places. There's more here that I don't like than what I do like. And people are looking for other options. People are looking to change what they're doing. This is the moment where things have to change. There's this contrasting energy coming in. People are unhappy. Really? That's not typically just an unhappy card. Like, I wouldn't say that was an unhappy card normally. Um, Five of Pentacles reversed, and then the Strength card, half in, half out. There's a contrasting energy. This is definitely contrasting, because even though this card is very much about truth, this is about brutal truth. Libra tends to be more diplomatic. They like to be peaceful, but they like to be truthful. They like things to come forward in the time they need to for people to get along. This card is kind of like, yeah, it's going to be truthful, and I'm going to throw it in your face if I have to. Very brutal, very kind of like, we're going to deal with it. I don't care if you like it. It needs to fix now. So there's a contrast energy coming in the sense of like how it's done. It's very honest, it's very truthful, but it's totally different. It's completely contrasting the way it handles it. So when this is coming in, I feel like you're not expecting it, for one. But I also feel like I understand that it has to happen, and I can just kind of like, I feel like I have the luxury to just kind of like not be present in the moments that things are happening. It's not that I can't get away with not dealing with it, but I don't have to be there when it kind of falls off the wall, if you follow me on that. Like when it starts coming apart, I don't have to be there for that. And I kind of see it coming, and I just kind of like step away for a while. I let it kind of like have a little kerfuffle go on there. I come back in afterwards, and I feel like that works. I don't understand how I don't see it coming, yet I seem to get out of it. I don't know how you do it, but it seems like maybe you kind of see the writing on the wall, somebody's having a moment, and you're like, you know what, I'm just going to sit this one out. And you do. And then when you come back in, it's kind of like, oh, some changes have happened. We have to fix some things. But this is a better time for me to come in. I didn't have to be here for all the kerfuffle. There was a conflict here, but I don't feel like you were present for the conflict. So maybe you just weren't present for the conflict. I don't know if it didn't have to be, you got out of it, or the timing worked out. Could be somebody planned it for you not to be there, so that way you couldn't get in the way and try to like smooth something over that they didn't want smoothed over. Could be something like that. I don't see you upset with it afterwards. I feel kind of like, okay, the landscape has changed. That's good, because it was getting stale. And I don't have to deal with the conflict. I just have to kind of help clean it up afterwards, and I'm happier. I'd rather clean it up than be there when it was falling apart. I'd rather deal with the cleanup. Changes are happening here. Am I missing something with that? Like, I keep feeling like when the change happened, where was Libra? Like, what is the deal? I feel like I'm missing something with that. Justice card. 7 of Swords reversed. You weren't even present. 7 of Swords right side up is like the Thief card, but it's like you weren't a thief. You weren't sneaking out. You weren't literally there. You just like, I don't know, it worked out for you. It worked out for you. I don't know if somebody planned it that way or how it worked out, but you just weren't there. It's more about the after. I feel like that's better for you. Changes happened. People moved forward with things. Their moment came in, and they did what they had to do. I don't think anybody's leaving. Sometimes I see this card as that, but I don't think anybody's leaving. I don't think anybody new's coming in. I feel like a conflict happened, and then it's just like the fallout of the conflict, which actually works for you. Ironically, the energy coming in is very compatible to you. People seem to understand that things have to change. All these travel cards I'm getting is about change, about current people. I don't see new people coming in. I don't see people leaving. I feel like attitudes and how things are handled that's what the change is. Even though it says travel, I'm getting like we're moving on from the way things were done, and we're doing things differently now. Your card pops out again. You have a stronger role going forward. Be careful with that, because the person you're going to be working with is very emotional, and it's not bad. It's not bad emotion, but it might be a lot for you to deal with, because I feel like that's not a normal thing for Libra to deal with, in the sense of like somebody day by day, depending how they're feeling about a situation, is how they're handling it. They do seem to be roll with the punches type of person. I do see that you're going to be moving forward in a good way. You might even be moving up if this is a business situation. You got the Lover's card coming in. The vitality is returning to this situation. The analogy I'm seeing anyway is kind of like this used to be a very fruitful, bountiful valley. There used to be a lot of good things here. The water was cut off for whatever reason. We had a lot of water before, but then all of a sudden the water went down to like 10% of what we were normally used to. So we had a lot of dying plants, a lot of gray, a lot of browns, a lot of not good things going on here. Now we got the water flowing back at 100%, and now there's a lot of good things coming in again. So now we have to rebuild what we lost and change over a couple things. There's a lot here for you. There's a lot here for you. Don't get too close to this person in control, is what I'm kind of getting. You want to keep yourself a little bit... Don't get too close to this person in control. They're unpredictable, and they go by the day. Keep your distance. Get what you want out of this situation. This is a compatible card for you, actually, the Lover's card. Sometimes it talks about Gemini energy with a lot of possibilities. It doesn't have to, but sometimes it does. This energy, just be careful not to get too close to it. I keep getting that. Like, do what you need to do. Keep a good boundary. Keep a good distance. Let other people deal with this more. I don't know. This feels like a fickle energy. It's just not going to be compatible for you. I keep getting that. It's almost like sometimes you have to work things out. Some things you have to talk out. This person, I feel like they're going to take you the wrong way every now and then, and it's not going to be about what you said. It's going to be about how they feel about what you said. Keep that in mind. So if you keep a distance and have other people deal with that and just kind of keep your distance from it, like, arm's length, you seem to have more power and more control at arm's length. It just makes it a lot easier for you, and it makes it a lot easier for you to get what you want out of the situation. It may seem strange that that's how I'm saying that, but I keep feeling if you keep a distance from this person, everything's a lot easier for you. It's just a lot smoother. I can see from a distance what's going on. I can make better decisions. If I'm too close, I get pulled right into the situation, and it's very heavy, and it's very difficult to deal with. Keep it at a distance. I feel like you do a lot better. And you also flourish. If you get really close, I see this happening. So it's like if you get too close, you're not going to be happy. If you keep it at a distance, you seem to have more control. I keep getting that. Maybe I just don't understand why. Maybe I'm just missing the point. Hopefully you're getting it. At a distance, you have more control. You can do more. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.